Most men say they'd take a bullet for their wife. You've probably said the same. You'd fight for her, you'd protect her, you'd move heaven and earth for her. But would you give her 15 minutes of your undivided attention where you truly listen to her, seek to understand her, and connect with her heart? Just 15 minutes. That's less time than you spend scrolling on your phone, flipping channels or standing in line at the store. And yet, this is where many men just fall flat on their faces. I know I certainly have. We think we need a grand date night, a big trip, or a huge gesture to make our wives feel loved. But the truth is, what matters most is the daily investment. Those small, consistent deposits build trust and connection and intimacy. That's why today I want to give you 6 quick and easy things you can do in under 15 minutes to build a stronger connection with your bride each day. Let's dive in. Let's be real. Life is busy. You've got work, kids, responsibilities, and a dozen fires to put out every day. But here's the warning. If you're not careful, it's very easy for your relationship with your wife to slowly slip to the background. Not because you don't love her, but because she waits quietly and patiently while everything else clamors loudly for your attention. Scripture is clear. Ephesians 5 says, "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." That's a high calling. Yes, Christ died for the church, but he also walks with her daily. Tiny, consistent investments compound over time. Think about your 401k. You don't wait until retirement to throw in one giant deposit. You invest a little at a time, steadily. Marriage works the same way. If you want a thriving marriage, don't wait for the big moments. Win the small ones. So how do we do this? Here are some small ideas. Number 1, the tech-free check-in. Put your phone down. Turn off the TV. Sit with her face to face. Ask one simple, open question. What's on your heart today? Not, how was your day? That usually gets a one-word answer, right? Go deeper. Listen without trying to fix. Just let her know you care. Number 2, the gratitude exchange. Take turns naming one thing you appreciate about each other. It could be big. I love how you handled that conflict with the kids. Or small. Thanks for making dinner tonight. Gratitude disarms tension and builds goodwill fast. Number 3, the prayer together. It doesn't have to be long. Just grab her hand and pray a short, honest prayer. Something like, "Lord, thank you for my wife. Help me love her well. Give her peace tonight." Men, don't underestimate the intimacy that comes when your wife hears you bring her before God. Number 4, the 15-minute walk. Get outside together. Walking side by side lowers defenses and sparks conversation naturally. Some of the best talks, happen when you're moving, not staring at each other across a table. Number 5, the shared hobby. Maybe it's coffee on the porch, playing a quick board game, or even cooking something together. The key is shared fun. Remember, laughter bonds, as much as deep talks do. Number 6, the mini planning huddle. Use 15 minutes to get on the same page for the week. Schedules, kids, priorities. This turns chaos into teamwork and reminds her you're carrying the load together. Each of these takes almost no preparation, but the return on investment is massive. Here's the truth you need to know. Your wife craves connection more than perfection. She doesn't need an elaborate plan every night. She just wants to know that she matters. Men often miss this because we think big. We say, "Hey, I'll plan a trip this summer," or, "We'll go out next month." And that's great, but she needs to feel seen tonight. She needs to know in the middle of a busy week, she's still your priority. If your wife often says things like, "I feel like you're not really here," or "We don't talk anymore," don't brush it off. That's her waving a flag. So pay attention. You don't need to overhaul your whole schedule to fix it. Just give her 15 minutes of the best of you, not the leftovers. So here's what this can look like practically speaking. Imagine a man who spends 15 minutes every night scrolling on Instagram, while his wife folds laundry alone. Over time, resentment builds. Now picture that same 15 minutes spent folding laundry with her and asking about her day. Suddenly that chore becomes connection. Or think about the man who never prays with his wife because he feels like it has to be long or eloquent. Instead, he just takes 2 minutes to pray over her before bed. That single habit could reshape their spiritual intimacy forever. Picture the husband who grabs his wife for a 15-minute walk after dinner. The kids see it too. They watch mom and dad prioritize each other. That's not just building your marriage, that's modeling love for the next generation. Ecclesiastes 9:9 says, enjoy life with your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun. Enjoy her. Don't just coexist. Enjoy. God didn't design marriage as a business partnership or a roommate situation. He designed it as a picture of Christ in the church. Intimate, joyful, sacrificial, and faithful. And sometimes that starts with, something as simple as 15 minutes. So here's my challenge for you. Tonight, give your wife 15 minutes. Shut off the noise. Look her in the eyes. Ask her about her heart. Pray with her. Take a walk. Laugh together. Whatever it looks like, make the investment. Because if you do that, day by day, you'll look back years from now and see a marriage that didn't just survive, it thrived. Subscribe to the Courageous Men podcast so you never miss an episode. Share this with a friend who needs encouragement and the challenge to live courageously. Start by joining the Courageous Men community. Let's take action. Let's be courageous.